This is the timely suspense story of the year, filmed in the most sex-oriented locale in the world, Hollywood 90028. This is the story of the thousands of pretty young girls who come to Hollywood to find stardom and find instead they have to survive any way they can.
Hollywood 90028 is a bit of a rediscovered film. This is a movie completed in 1973. It was released theatrically in 1976 and reissued in 1978 under the title Hollywood Hillside Strangler. Hollywood 90028 never made much of an impact when it was released in the 70s, and it didn't receive a home video release until 2023 when Grindhouse Releasing produced a 4K remaster. Hollywood 90028 is currently free on Tubi, and I think everyone should go check this film out. It's a very different film from the 70s, but it's beautifully shot for a low-budget movie, and has some pretty great moments. I can't find any info about Christina Harnshore or the DP John H. Pratt. This is seemingly both of their only credits.
With a title like Hollywood Hills Strangler, I was going into this movie expecting like a grosser film, like more misogynistic and more like grindhousey, but really, like you said, it was more experimental and it feels more art housey. And maybe it's because it was, the weird production. It started shooting in 70 to 71. It wasn't finished until 73. And it took so long because the director was just writing it as they went. And so it kind of has like a slice of life sort of weird, not ambling direction, because it actually does work as a narrative. It's not like, whoa, what the hell is happening? And so, I think if you live in Hollywood now, or like are working in the entertainment industry or trying to be an artist, yes, I can recommend this. If you don't, it might not hit the same chords. It'll definitely be interesting to watch, but I don't think it'll be as, hitting the same heartstrings as it does as someone pursuing this type of career.
Yeah, if you told someone that this was about an emotionally detached drifter that strangles women, it wouldn't really do the movie justice. It's pretty unique and different for something that would be kind of lumped into a slasher genre.
Right.
It's not even really sure if you can categorize this as a slasher. It's almost as much as a softcore art house film as it is a horror movie.
Right.
The main protagonist is a cinematographer. He's a murderer of women. He never speaks directly. I'm not sure exactly what the director was trying to accomplish with this film, but it's an interesting watch. The locations are grimy and have lots of character. There's, a few scenes where you're in crowds. It still feels very isolated, I guess, mostly because of the sound design. Mm-hmm. But it's not your typical 1970s interpretation of Los Angeles.
The score by Basil Polidoris, phenomenal. It really sets the tone. It actually, when I started watching it and it said him in the credits, he's done the RoboCop theme. He did Starship Troopers, Total Recall, pretty much everything directed by what's his name there?
Who? Paul Verhoeven?
Paul Verhoeven, yeah. He did Conan the Barbarian. Like, Basil has done so much, and I think this might even be one of his first credits. And
sure.
And the score was very fun. I think that really helped carry this film in a way that was like, different. It was very 70s, and everything about it felt 70s, and it was. I really liked that about it. It was neat to see 70s Hollywood, and it really has changed. They even say a line where in there like they're just gonna rip down all these houses and replace them with empty apartment buildings because nobody can afford apartments anymore. And it's like, dude, that's still freaking accurate. They're buying up little people's houses and just tearing them down and leaving them as empty lots until they can. I don't know. It's insane the landscape that's changing. I used to have a great view of the mountains. Now it's just a big skyrise. People are paying $3,500 to live there, and sides of the building are falling off. It's like, man, I would be pissed if I was paying that much and my building was falling apart like that. They go around Bunker Hill, which was filmed actually like a year prior before that got torn down and turned into sky rises in downtown Los Angeles, essentially.
Oh, okay.
It was a bunch of like nicer houses, but I guess the big industry pushed them all out of there, and so they just ended up being like kind of derelict, boarded up sort of mansions, They say they go to East Los Angeles, is where the woman's living, but then there's a shot out of her window of the Chateau Marmont Hotel, and that's kind of over in West Hollywood, right? It's like upper sort of.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Hollywood, but maybe it's
Yeah,
West Hollywood.
it's like right on the border. It's like
Okay.
It's definitely Hollywood proper. But if she was on East Hollywood, you wouldn't be
Wouldn't make
looking
sense.
that way. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
sure.
doesn't really matter. Logistics aside, nobody who doesn't live here that's not gonna matter to them, and they probably won't even recognize the building. But either way, yeah, it was neat to again see like all these places in Hollywood. Even the Hollywood sign, they go and visit it like directly underneath it, and you see that it's just some shitty like metal stapled to some
Yeah, it looks
crappy
like crap.
structure. Oh my god, it looks terrible.
It's not at all like idealized looking version of the Hollywood sign. I wonder if this was before the Hollywood sign was fixed. I'm not sure. It might have been after it.
Did they do like an overhaul on it or something?
I think they had to replace letters in the 70s. Yeah.
Okay,
I
can believe that.
It doesn't look very new. So
No,
if it is after it was fixed, maybe it was a while before that.
It looks like they took the pieces that had fallen down in that earthquake that got rid of the land part of Hollywood land, and they just like slapped it back up with a couple of nails. And
Well, you're so accustomed to seeing the Hollywood sign from far away, and it just looks like clean letters. When you see it up close, all gross. It is seeing something that you see all the time from a totally different way.
it's kind of like what this movie's about, you know? Hollywood is like glamorized, but once you're actually there and living there, it's as dirty and grungy as anywhere else, you know?
Yeah, sure.
The shine and facade is gone, and you just see the reality, which is struggle, you know, hardship, and just making it happen.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something about this and people coming from the Midwest to LA and then being disillusioned by what they find there. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the movie has a bit of an unreliable narrator.
Right.
You're not really sure what's going on with this guy. I almost feel like this movie would have been a bit better if it didn't set up with the woman being strangled.
Like the first thing out the gate, he just strangles her. You know?
Which I guess you can maybe interpret multiple ways, but I feel like this movie could have been a lot stronger if they had you guessing exactly what was going to happen with this guy, other than setting him up right away as being a serial killer.
Right. Because it almost
still kind of does.
It kind of feels like a one-off, though, to begin with. Because, I mean, unless you go in knowing that it's about a strangler, Hollywood Hills Strangler, whatever. It was just
Which,
not,
when they rebranded it, they really tried to sell it as a slasher. But it's
he
really
only,
not.
like, strangles, like, 3, you know. And it's not that many. He's not going around
No,
strangling.
I'm sure
so.
they're just trying to, you know, find a market for the film.
Right. And, you know, you got to sell it some way. And if it's not, you're not selling it to the experimental film crowd, you got to sell it to the grindhouse film crowd,
sure.
right?
Or perhaps selling it to all of them and, you know,
Right.
hoping it'll stick somewhere, releasing it and then re-releasing it. And
Yeah, and there's like so many different cuts. Like there's so many different lengths of cut. There's like a 71, a 76, an 80-minute version, a 90-minute version. And this last shot, I mean, it's worth watching the movie for it. Like it all builds up to it to some degree, and it's stellar. It's stellar. I mean, you know, to be fair, it's a little bit unexpected, right? It really
sure.
hits you, but it's good and sticks with you.
yeah, it's a very ambitious and impressive shot. You don't necessarily expect to see a helicopter shot in a low-budget movie like this.
Right, especially of a guy literally hanging himself from the Hollywood sign, like the real Hollywood sign. It's a zoom out and helicopter away. It's wild.
Yeah, it's a great way to end this. I'm surprised that after making something like this, you can't find other work.
Yeah, right? But maybe it was just, again, they couldn't sell it right. They didn't know who was going to watch this, so they just gave it some weird names and recut it and re-released it. So it just never really found its audience until, I guess, streaming and now. You can just check it out from your couch rather than have to go to some weird art house showing this film.
To create images
映
is
像はいつも
always a
可
challenge.
能性への挑戦だ
Digital magic.